Littlefinger, the little agent of chaos. Right now he's 16 years old, a genius, a prince of trade, a schemer, and has fantastic stats. Now, in the story, Littlefinger does gravitate towards power, but he does so in a, well, quite a sly little way. Today, he's going to be taking a more direct route. Yeah, I don't think we'll be taking any vows of poverty. We start with 1,000 gold in the bank, despite owning one tiny little county. That's more than the free cities start with. This guy only has 400, this guy 300. Yeah, no, this guy is a sly one. Fitting that this bringer of chaos shall take the stranger as his personal faith aspect. Now, as for lifestyle, we're gonna go all in on stewardship. We have absolutely no troops, so I think we'll ally to this feisty lady by just marrying her directly. I suppose we can marry her matrilineally, who knows what will happen. And with that alliance with the county of Milor, we shall expand within our de jure duchy. Now, our duchy is ruled over by Lady Isabel. Not forever. For one reason, because she's kind of old. Another reason is that we are very ambitious. Balon has crowned himself, and the first Greyjoy rebellion is underway. Now, Littlefinger takes a look at this and... yeah... he's just going to side with the winning side, no offense, Balon. Gods be good! No one cares. And here's a bit of luck. My mediocre Septon was able to fabricate a claim on the entire Duchy of Grimholm. I can't use my claim on the entire duchy to go to war with the counts, but I can start a claimant faction. It turns out that my lady wife is cheating on me, but she was unable to hide that secret from me, so rather than exposing her and losing her as an agent, I'm just gonna blackmail her, allowing me to force her to join my claimant faction. And now I believe I will just get rid of Lady Isabel. A little chaos isn't gonna do us any harm. Before my 6 months of grace have even expired, I can execute a scheme. Seize the moment and... hey, may she rest in peace indeed. I'm at only 75% strength to win against my new liege, but I can hire mercenaries if I have to. He cannot. Let's see if he just caves immediately. And he does not. He's disembarking into a hill province. I shall of course have Osmond Kettleblack, the Honorable, lead the charge. Hopefully my wife is not gonna leave me out to dry. And she kind of is. Okay, never mind. Hey, and like that we have captured the enemy commander, as well as our newest vassal, who probably now regrets not joining my side in this little scuffle. Revoking his lands will cause some tyranny, and I can do the same with this other vassal that I captured. But tyranny or no, my previous liege has absolutely depleted his armies. This man has offered me an alliance even before I became duke, so he's not going to be rebelling. And my wife is my wife, so she's loyal. The only threat is Lord Edmund of Marks, and he's not much of one. Now that I have a duchy, it's time to expand. But why would we want to conquer these desolate, mountainy, hilly areas when there is such a sweeter fruit to take? Well, the sweeter fruit has a lot of soldiers, but things change. Especially since my lord, Jon Arryn's wife, is my lover. That will present some interesting opportunities for us. Although I would say that Lady Diana has outlived her usefulness. My lady wife, I forgive you for your infidelity. And I get a random event to be particularly well grown. That's extremely useful, as my lover in the high place, both literally and figuratively, is sure to appreciate it. Oh dear, Edmure, what have you done? He is attacking Robert in hopes of gaining some more liberties for himself and his fellow vassals. Well, good luck with that, friend. Now, all of my lord's other children are female, including Lady Alice, who is either the only true-born daughter of Arryn or she is also my daughter, but it no matters. Jasper is definitely my son, and he is now the heir to the Vale. You know, I was hoping that Arryn would die eventually of old age, but he seems to have some hidden buffs that increase his health. I may have to do something about that. What a fantastic timing. Alright, this is the best I can do as far as the scheme goes. Hopefully it works out well enough. So far I've invaded the county of Coldwater Burn. That will give me the ability to create the Duchy of the Drainlands, allowing me to peacefully vassalize the rest of these counties here. I had to spend most of my treasury to do it, because these Coldwaters are a tough bunch. I even had to ally the Northwich. In other news, I am no longer the spymaster for Arryn, which has decreased my success chances in this plot. However, it's still going fairly well so far. Still, to help my odds somewhat, I will be changing to the intrigue lifestyle. Definitely the skullduggery focus. I finally won the war for Coldwater. Apparently this guy's bastard is some sort of long-lost king or something. Does not concern me. What does concern me, however, is that I'm almost ready now to unalive this old man. I mean, seriously, I'm basically just doing nature's work here. Lysa is still my lover, of course. I've spent all my money conquering this county, so I think I'm going to borrow some from the Iron Bank. Just a little bit, just enough to form the duchy, which will allow me to take over these two counties as well, peacefully. What's going on up here is it's just I'm helping my ally win a little rebellion. Nothing to worry about. Oh, good. And it looks like Robert is demanding Jon's imprisonment. Which of course causes another major civil war. It looks like Robert is the one with the upper hand, so of course his cause is the just one. That was an incredibly quick and easy civil war. Now that the realm is united once again, and I hold both Duchy of Grimholm and the Drainlands, hopefully my good Lord Arryn will give me what I am due. There's one and there's the other. Now that I'm one of the greatest lords in the Vale, I'd say it's a perfect time to take the next step. Unfortunately, even though I had 80% secrecy, I was discovered as being complicit. However, I know something about our newest Lord Arryn, and that is that he is my son. Kinda annoying that Lady Lysa, the regent of the Vale, now hates me for having a part in murdering her husband when she herself facilitated it. That's super duper annoying. I guess if that's the way it's gonna go, I'm going to expose all of her secrets. Or not all, just the disputed heritage of our current Lord Arryn, Lord Jasper. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me here which of these buttons is the correct one for Lord Jasper, so I guess let's bet it's this one. Nope. Let's try that again. There we go. Well, I don't know if that's gonna help me, but it's certainly chaotic. Oh dear. And this 4-year-old seems to have executed his mother, and is now a kinslayer. I don't think his rule is going to be very stable. My son here is imprisoning me, no doubt, spurred on by the deceitful regent Royce. But come on, man, you know Jon isn't your father, it's not. I didn't murder your family. But I have no choice but to accept this indignation. Ah, but my other son paid for my release. Excellent. I guess now is a good time to rest and regroup. I'm probably gonna get married again now. I get an alliance with a fellow Valeman. Another one. And I'll see you in a bit when I'm back on my feet and I have a concrete plan. And here we are a few years later. My economy is going well, my levies are replenished and I have plenty of allies. The realm is still ruled by this kin-slaying bastard, but I have spent this entire time fabricating claims on the wealthiest counties in the entire kingdom, Gulltown. And I'd say now is the time to strike. But before we go on declaring war, let's soften the target up a bit. Now that this contented low martial character is the ruler of Gulltown, time to take what is not so rightfully mine. Okay, not off to a great start, but my allies are coming. Yes, my allies have saved me just in time. Excellent. And now, here come the enemy allies. My son wants me to be his steward, fair enough. My enemies are afraid to attack me even as I'm sieging down their city. This war is as good as won. Oh, and the imp is declaring war on Robert for some reason. It looks like my liege is staying out of it, so I will as well. Yes, I get the best counties in the kingdom. Naturally, I'm going to make that my new capital as soon as the county control is established. By the way, the lordship of Gulltown is mine now, which will mean that I will probably get these two counties for free. My son is still under the regency of the Royces, but I do have 62% chance to just overthrow them. Will it succeed? It absolutely did. Oh, look at that. The scales of power are at level 4. And if I just leverage some of my prestige, they are now at level 5, meaning that I cannot be dismissed. And my liege is going to be quite restrained in what he can do. Now I can try and unalive him, which will give me a few more years of ruling over an actual child. Kinda creepy that this kid is my son, but there's no room for sentimentality in the Game of Thrones. Obviously, my loyal and very dishonorable knight Osmond Kettleblack is as ever on my side. Don't mind me as I further entrench my rule. And 87% chance to get rid of Jasper, who doesn't like me very much. Hey, excellent. I do have a lot of strife with my fellow vassals, causing me to be extremely disliked. I think I'll just chill out for a while, increase my control over Gulltown, as well as my control over the Vale. As I have such high authority in the scales of power, I was able to claim the throne of the Vale of Arryn, or at least attempt to. Let's see if I can do it. I have 82% chance to succeed. Let's see if this will work. It has worked, and I get the pressed claim on the Vale of Arryn. Now I have install myself as the Lord Paramount of the Vale faction. Now I could murder Godwyn as well. This will put Lady Alice, the one that is probably not actually my child, to be the ruler of the Vale. However, she's shy, she is a woman, maybe she would be a better target for me to start a claimant war against. Although, on the other hand, this one is gay, so not very likely to have too many children. He's content, you know, he's literally my biological son. Maybe that can be used somehow. I don't know, we'll see about that. I can use my power as a regent to just try and get a claim on my fellow vassals. Now, the most powerful of Lord Arryn's vassals besides myself is the Royces, who are in jail, and the second most powerful are the Redfords. Let's see, maybe I should just try and take their land. My manipulations are successful, meaning that I can just go ahead and... oh wait, no. Oh, that's disappointing. I thought that I would get the claim on the entire duchy, not just the single county. Okay, never mind then. It's a good time to move my capital to Goldtown. And I guess for now, well, I'm going to continue to move the power towards level 6, which will allow me to just demand that he give up his kingdom to me. Or perhaps my claimant faction will grow strong enough to challenge him. We'll see, we'll see. I was able to swing the scales of power so that I'm now at level 6. Now, so do I have the option to demand that I become the Lord Paramount of the Vale? I guess I need to convince 2 more powerful vassals to support my coup, and then I will be able to try and take the realm for myself. Unfortunately, literally all of my fellow vassals hate me. What happens if I assassinate them? Does that strife debuff then transfer to their heirs? Hopefully not. Oh, it definitely does. It definitely does. Okay, so that's not a viable route. Okay, well, I guess I'll just chill out for a while and try and seize the opportunity when it appears. Well, this is a nice surprise. Greetings, Lord Petyr. I have heard good things about you, and I am interested in starting a written conversation. Lord Stannis wants to be friends, and he has heard good things about me, you know, despite the fact that I'm a murderer and a fornicator and a drunkard. I don't know how to feel about this. Old Stannis boy may be losing his mind, or maybe he's smarter than we thought. I'm just gonna take the prestige and run. Don't wanna mess with this maniac. Well, well, it's yet another civil war, except this time Robert is looking likely to lose it. My liege lord has decided to go against the king, and so shall I. Malcolm, the true-born heir of Robert, is now king of the Seven Kingdoms, but he is still losing the war for Lord Paramount's Renly's claim on the Seven Kingdoms. Of course, what would you expect of Eddard Stark, who once lost a war against Robert, to now be championing his claim? Honorable to a fault. Also, I do have a bit of an issue, as you can see here. I have no heir of my dynasty. That's because my first wife, who I matrilineally married, bore me Lionel Den Brove, my son, who is not of my dynasty. He hates me for taking away his mother's land, and maybe he suspects me of murdering his mom, but that's besides the point. Right now, I need to get rid of him somehow. He did rebel against me, so I can try and imprison him. Now, there's no chance of that succeeding, but maybe if I can get a hook on him, that will allow me to imprison him, and then I will hopefully be able to do whatever I want with him. And I hope that's soon, because I'm not in good health. That's not what I wanted to see happen. And we have another king. King Renly, the hunter, who is, well, a flagellant. I don't know why he's wearing his pajamas. Oh, it looks like he's maimed. Oh, and he's missing an arm. But he is in good health, so long may he reign. And I get a strong hook on my son. I also bribed him to get him to not hate me so much. And I can use the hook to get him to take the vows, making it so that he is no longer my heir. And my new heir is my authoritative, inquisitive, quick son. Good, now that the dynasty is no longer in danger of being extinguished, let's refocus on trying to get the Vale. Now, my lord has managed to have a son, so if I were to get rid of him, a baby would inherit, hopefully making it easier to take over the realm in one way or another. I have spent some time working the diplomacy lifestyle, making it so that my liege's vassals don't hate me so much anymore. Lord Benedict wants to join my coup without even having to be bribed. Lord Roland Vanewood. I have a hook on him, but he's not looking like he's willing to join me. However, Lord Jasper may be willing to if I were to bribe him. How much money do I need? With just 150 gold. Fantastic. I can try and get rid of my lord immediately. I don't see why not as well. And it worked. My new liege is now a baby who doesn't even hate me because he has no idea what I did. Man, I'm really nervous that something will change if I just wait a few more months. Although I literally just need to wait 2 more months in order to be able to bribe this man, which should then hopefully allow me to coup the government and make myself Lord Paramount of the Vale. On the other hand, I could just try and steal some money from my liege. I mean, I have 85% chance to succeed. Let's do it, why not? Hey, and it works. Now I just bribe him, getting me up to 100 opinion thanks to the thoughtful trait. You wanna join my coup? Yeah, you do. Why can I not attempt to overthrow liege? Oh my god, why does he have to be at least 5 years old? Why is that a condition? Alright, well, I guess I have to wait 2 more years then. Oh man, I bet that if I hadn't assassinated his father, I would be ruling the Vale right now. If I die within the next 2 years, I am going to be super annoyed. In fact, I think I'm just gonna go for the medicine focus just to give me that small health boost. Oh man, I really just want this to work out. This is absolutely ridiculous. How was I overthrown? I even had redoubled guards. Oh my god, this is absurd. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, this is infuriating. I am just gonna ransom myself. And now I'm going to go ahead and overthrow him right back. There we go, just literally a few days later I have 95% chance to succeed. Alright, let's pretend that didn't even happen. Don't worry about what's going on, kid, you'll be fine, just trust me. I mean, I have such a trustworthy face after all. You can stay in the dungeon, you bastard. The reformer, my butthole. Lord Orton, my grandson, though that's not known by him or most anyone, is now 5 years old, so can I please now attempt to overthrow my liege? What is this? I definitely have spent more than 4 or 8 years as regent. It's just that I took a little break for a few days when someone imprisoned me. God damn it. I either need to be regent for 4 years, so that would be 2 more years, or I lay the groundwork for such an attempt. I have no idea what that even means. Okay, well, then I guess I'll just wait another 2 years and maybe then the game will arbitrarily allow me to finally coup this child. So it turns out that when you press the enter seclusion button, it stops you from being regent, and it doesn't even tell you that. So I had to save scam a little bit and I went back one autosave before I did that. Anyway, for now, I guess I'm going to continue waiting and hope I don't get plagued in the end. I've now ruled as regent for 4 years, even though I ruled for much longer than that, but Lord Orton is traveling apparently. Oh great, he traveled to the freaking other side of the continent. Oh my god, how is he even traveling without my leave? I'm his guardian, for goodness sake, what is he even doing there? Okay, now please overthrow the freaking Lord Paramount. Thank God. Finally, I rule completely and alone. My vassals, well, for the most part they hate me, but my supporters like me well enough. Man, I gotta tell you, there's no joy in this. It was so incredibly nerve-wracking to see that I'm in poor health, to see plagues constantly happening. Before I leave this off, I do want to stabilize my realm a little bit. For one, we do have Lord Simon of the Runestone, but we have a hook on him. We could easily just... oh, and he's even willing to give up his land 100% because he's content and he is apparently incredibly terrified of me. That's fair enough, really. Now we do have an ally with this powerful vassal here. We have a strong hook on the Corberries, which means that they will not be any trouble for us. The Giant's Lance Duchy, as well as the Bloody Gate, we just inherited. The Bloody Gate and the Eyrie. We will give that to our player heir and son, to prepare him for the rulership over the entirety of the Vale. There we go, the cowardly Royces acquiesce, and I guess I will just bury them under a more loyal man. I would love to give this land to the Kettleblacks, but unfortunately the Kettleblack dynasty seems to have died out. So sad. Vale on Chain here is a content man, so we might as well give him Runestone and all of its vassals. The Drainlands have served their purpose for us. I think the Tullets have earned it, mostly by not rebelling against me, but yeah. There's Lady Alice of Lips, who I can imprison because she's a fornicator. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Okay, I mean, we had like 90% chance to succeed, but whatever, we can still defeat them and their allies. Oh, the other Royces. Okay. War it is then, rebel. Okay, that little rebellion is done. I'll keep her in prison so she's not a bother to me or my heir. Ah, and the former Lord Arryn of the Vale. He, I think, is too dangerous to be left alive. Apparently, I'll lose 25 opinion of myself. For executing him, well, I can live with that. Ah, the Elsham dynasty. The first people who I trampled on my road to power. I guess I might as well give them their worthless lands back, as well as that crappy peninsula that I used to rule over. And now they're happy and loyal little bastards. I don't need that crappy land anyway when I own Galtown. And we are in this feudal paramountcy sort of government, which does allow us to control both castles and cities. So I can pretty easily fill up my domain limit just by grabbing a few barony level titles here and there. And there's this powerful vassal who doesn't like me, but he's greedy. So just with one bribe, and thanks to his greediness and my thoughtful perk, I can get him to frickin' love me. And all of a sudden, my vassals are looking quite happy and loyal. So this is it. Littlefinger has gone from ruling a rocky little peninsula in the middle of nowhere to being Lord Paramount of the Vale. It wasn't a straight path, but we got there in the end. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you next time, and goodbye.